giving so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today Bhakti Sangha conference call. So let us move on to our next session, which is the Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all are joining the call today?
हरे कृष्ण बरगी माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रेमदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Krishna Revati Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji Dandavad Pranam Srila Prabhupada ki jai Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Shyama Gauri Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Radha from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Radha Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavas Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call.
Hare Krishna Bhargavi Mataji. This is Flavia from Atlanta. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Flavia Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, we can start recording and have introduction.
Yes, Mataji. Okay. I welcome all of you once again to this Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Samik Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam from Canto 5, Chapter 4 and text 1 onwards. And before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, you're there call. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you and all the Vaishnavas. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining today and giving your valuable association. So before I hand over the call to you, please, I would like to hand over the call to Tiffany Mataji to give a small introduction about you, Prabhuji. Mataji, you can please take over.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. This morning we are so fortunate to have His Grace Samik Prabhuji, who is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense service for the devotee community and served the society by donating for many projects. For example, Prabhuji donated the deities for the Philadelphia temple. He has also made 3,000 temple units that serve as altars in villages in India. He also served as temple president of ISKCON, New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility, and he is also now an initiating guru in ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to you now. You can please take over. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you. It's quite long that I have not come for this Sangha, but we will speak. So the topic of today is characteristics of Rishabdev, the supreme personality of Godhead. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय नमो महावदान्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुषे नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य अधिष्ठारिणे. Shall be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 10 to 5 chapter 4 text number 1, but before that we go to text number 1, we are reading these characteristics of Rishabdev, the supreme personality of Godhead. In this chapter, Rishabdev, the son of Maharaj Navi, begot 100 sons, and during the reign of those sons, the world was very happy in all respects. So this Navi, just I will give a little commentary on this, that Navi is son of Agnidhara, and then Agnidra's father is Maharaj Privrat. Privrat was married to Vishwakarma's daughter Mahishmati, and he is the one who took the chariot, and through the chariot he divided the earth into 7 different islands. So Maharaj Privrat's son is Agnidhara, and from Agnidhara his son was Maharaj Navi, and Maharaj Navi, he had also 7 sons. The eldest one was Agnidhara was married to Kuruchatti. Kuruchatti is an Apsara, and then he had also 9 sons, but the eldest one was Navi. So Navi was married to Marudevi. They both worship. That's what has been given here. That they both wife and husband worship the supreme personality of Godhead. To have a son like the Supreme Lord. So Supreme Lord said that there cannot be any son like me, so I will come as your son. So Rishabdev is personality of Godhead. He means he himself is the Supreme Lord who was born to Maharaj Navi and Marudevi. So, and he gave, because of when he was born, he had all the symptoms and signs of the personality of Godhead. So Rishab, he gave the name Rishab because Rishab means the topmost, or Param, Advitiya, with nobody other than him, Anupam Prabhav. So Rishabdev was married to Jayanti, who was the daughter of Indradev. So we will reading a little bit more about King Navi. Mr. Rishabdev, the son of Maharaj Navi, begot 100 sons. And during the reign of those sons, the world was very happy in all respects. When Rishabdev appeared as the son of Maharaj Navi, he was appreciated. He was appreciated by the people as the most exalted, beautiful personality of that age. His pious influence, his strength, enthusiasm, bodily luster, and other transcendental qualities were beyond compare. The word Rishad refers to the best or the supreme due to the super excellent attributes of the son of Maharaj Navi. The king named his son Rishab. Rishab means the best. His influence was incomparable. Although there was a scarcity of rain, Rishabdev did not care for Indra, the king of heaven, who is in charge of supplying rain. Through his own potency, Rishabdev sumptuously covered Ajnab with ample rain. So that planet's name was Ajnab at that time. Indra is normally Indra is the he is in charge of the rain, but he did not follow that because Indra became envious somehow, and he tried to disturb Rishabdev in so many ways, or Agnitra also. So this king, he did not supply the rain, and because of his own potency, he is the supreme lord. Sometime the lord can take the charge of, like Brahma, Indra, he can take anybody's portfolio because he's the one who appoints. So he took the charge of the rain, and then he had enough rain. So his potency Rishabdev sumptuously covered Ajnab. That was the name of this planet. And later on, his eldest son was Bharat. So this planet was called Bharatvarsh. But now there is a only small portion of the whole land is now Bharatvarsha. Upon receiving Rishabdev, who is supreme personality of Godhead, as his son, King Nabhi began to raise him very carefully. After that, he entrusted the ruling power to him and retiring from his family life, lived at Badrikashram, completely engaged in worship of Vasudeva, the Supreme. So to follow social, Vasudeva, the Supreme Lord, to follow social customs, Lord Rishabdev for a while became a student in the Gurukul, just to show that Gurukul is a necessity. And after returning, he followed the orders of his Guru and accepted a wife named Jayanti, who had been given to him by the king of heaven, his daughter, Indra's daughter. Jayanti was married to Maharaj Rishabdev. He begot 100 sons in the womb of Jayanti. Of these 100 sons, the eldest was known as Bharat. Since the reign of Maharaj Bharat, this planet has been called Bharatvarsh. Rishabdev's other sons were headed by Kushavarta, Ilavarta, Brahmavarta, Malaya, Ketu, Bhadrasena, Indraspraka, Vidarbha, and Kikat. These were also other. So there were also other sons named Kavi. So these are the 9 Yogendras who were described in the sacrifice of Maharaj Yudhishthir. Narad Muni is describing about these 9 Yogendras, because the same questions were asked by Maharaj Nimi to 9 Yogendras, and they were again repeated by Narad Muni to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So they were Chamas. These are the names of the Kavi, Avi, Antariksha, Prabuddha, Piplayan, Avirhotra, Durmila, Chamas, and Karbhajan. And instead of ruling the kingdom, these 9 became mendicants, preachers of Krishna consciousness, following the religious precepts of the Bhagavatam. Their characteristics and activities are described in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam during the talk between Vasudeva and Narad at Kurukshetra. To teach the general populace, King Rishabdev performed many sacrifices and taught his sons how to rule the citizens. So this Rishabdev also is the first Tirthankar, because in his age later on, like when he retired, when he gave the kingdom to Maharaj Bharat, then he gave them instruction, very nice instruction, and that you should take the path of Krishna consciousness. And so Bhagavad Bhakti, that was his teaching. And then he's also calling that Guru Nashat, Swajana Nasashat, Pita Nasashat, Janani Nasashat, Devena Tatshanna Patisha Sashanna Mocha Yedya Samupetyam Mratyum. Means he gave them the advice that to get out of this call death. One should not become, because the children, they will come and then they will remain in the material world if you don't give Krishna consciousness to them. So we are prolonging their material life if the Krishna consciousness is not taught to the children. So he says that one should not become a father, one should not become a mother, one should not become a guru, one should not worship like demigods. So these are not father. Father is not a father. Swajan is not a Swajan. Guru is not Guru, unless they could liberate their dependents from death. That was his teaching to his children. So, and he, as I said, that he became the first of Jaina. Like he was remaining himself very much naked. He would not care about anything. Sometimes he will lie down on his own excretas and put them on his body. His excreta was also very smelling very, very nicely because he's the Supreme Lord. It's not a bad smell. And so that way that one can give up their pride on the body, because people are become very proudful of their beautiful body, of their color, their in so many ways, that he showed that one should be renounced in life, and he showed it renounced. And then first Tirthankar, like there are 24 Tirthankar, 24th one is Maharaj Swami, but first one was Maharaj Rishabdev. And so reading about Maharaj Rishabdev, and that is the characteristics of Rishabdev. So text 1 we'll be reading. Sri Shukavacha Athaha Tamutpatyaivaabhivyajya Mana Bhagavallakshanam Samyopasama Vairagyes Swarya Mahavibhuti Bhiranu Dina Medhava Medhamana Nubhavam Prakritaya Praja Brahmana Devatascha Vani Tala Samavanayati Taram Jagradhu. So two words are very important. Abhivyajya Mana, distinctly manifested, and Bhagavata Lakshanam, possessing the symptoms of the supreme personality of Godhead. Samya, he was equal to everyone. He was equal to everyone, and he had all the features. Like he was detached, renunciation, Aishwarya, opulences, that is Sadashwarya Sampanna. So he was Sadashwarya because being a, and then he had great attributes, and he had all the marks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the translation, Sri Sukdev Goswami said, as soon as the Lord was born as the son of Maharaj Nabhi, he manifested symptoms of the Supreme Lord, such as marks on the bottom of his feet, the flag, thunderbolt. So there are 32 marks on the both the feet of the Supreme Lord. Like Kapil Dev also had the same kind. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had the same kind of mark. There may be some difference, but and they have a very highly significance. The sun was equal. The sun was equal to everyone and very peaceful. He could control his senses and his mind, and possessing all opulences. He did not hanker for material enjoyment. Endowed with all these attributes, the son of Maharaj Nabhi became more powerful day after day. Due to this, the citizens learned Brahmanas, demigods, and ministers, and wanted Rishabdev to be appointed a ruler of the earth. So you may say that with these attributes that increase, Lord is supreme from day one. Wherever he is not day one, all the time is the supreme personality of Godhead. But here it says that why he became day after day, he became powerful, because he showed more of his signs and symptoms of the personality of Godhead. One may not show that, and one may show it at any time. So more and more people were seeing his so much power, so much beauty, so much equal to everybody, and so forth. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing, in these days of cheap incarnations, it is very interesting to note the bodily symptoms found in an incarnation. From the very beginning of his birth, it was observed that Rishabdev's feet were marked with the transcendental signs, a flag, thunderbolt, lotus flowers, etc. In addition to this, as the Lord began to grow, he became very prominent. He was equal. He was equal to everyone. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. He did not favor one person and neglect another. An incarnation of God must have the 6 opulences: wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, and renunciation. It is said that although Rishabdev was endowed with all opulences, he was not at all attached to material enjoyment. He was self-controlled, and therefore liked by everyone. Due to his super excellent qualities, everyone wanted him to rule the earth. An incarnation of God has to be accepted by experienced people and by the symptom described in the Shastras. An incarnation is not accepted simply by the adulation of foolish people, not by popular vote, or not by certain siddhis, or that they show certain gymnastics or certain magical feats. That does not make one personality of Godhead. And particularly in India, it's a very unfortunate situation that people should base everything on the scripture and understand through the parampara. One should not be like there are 4 paramparas are four Vaishnava Sampradaya, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is among all of these four. He is the topmost, that he showed this path of Achintya Bheda Tattva. So there are two things are important in this verse. One is that he is equal to everyone. But one may say that he is equal to everyone. Then what about Duryodhan? What about he was not equal to Duryodhan? Or what like Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu? Or he became enemy of Duryodhan. Or Maharaj Ambarish and Durvasa. In Durvasa, when he reached to the Supreme Lord, like Durvasa, you know all this story of point all the time. He says that Aham Bhakta Paradino, that I am I'm not independent. I'm so Aham Bhakta Paradino. Iya Swatantra Eva Dvija. I'm not Swatantra. I'm not independent. So I live in the heart of my devotees. We'll discuss those things. And that verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 9:463. So his incarnation is like, there are two different kinds of incarnation. One is like Rishabdev. He is a personality of Godhead. He shows everything. And then there is another one that is like his so one who is like Bhagavad Swarup. So that is one part. And second is that he is empowered. Empowered like Srila Prabhupada is empowered to spread Krishna consciousness. Vyasadeva was empowered. So Shaktava Shesh Avatar, Shakti, his own Shakti that Krishna gives for a particular purpose. But he is not the complete personality of Godhead like Rishabdev. And sometimes he takes the charge, like if say Brahma is not there, proper Brahma with qualification, then he takes the portfolio of Brahma or Lord Shiva, or sometime like in this case, he acted as Indra also to give the water or rain. So in this way, Bhagavad Avesh, there is completely like his completely personality of Godhead. Like Parashuram, he is a Shaktavashesh avatar. Parashuram or Kalki avatar would be there after 427,000 years at the end of the Kali Yuga. That is also a Shaktavashesh avatar. But the age, the avatar for this age is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now another thing that we have to discuss is he says that samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dvestisti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapya. So there are two things. I envy no one. Nor am I partial to anyone. I'm equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend. But now there are two things. It's bifurcated that I'm equal to everyone. But we see that he's not equal. Like Durvasa Muni, he liked so much to Amrish Maharaj because he was a devotee. So he favors his devotee. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has to have both sides. So the first part, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, that is for Paramatma. That Paramatma sees equally. Like there is rainfall. Like the rain is given on the ocean, rain is there on mountains, or wherever there is no need. That is also the rain is there. Or somebody who goes underneath, like this Kalpavraksha. So Kalpavraksha, you ask anything and he gives you. So he does not. The Kalpavraksha does not distinguish. So Lord is much more beyond this Kalpavraksha or the rainfall. So he has his partiality, he has his choices, and he is completely dependent. So that's what we will read that particular verse. But equal partial to any Gita 9:20. One may question that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is a special friend, then why does he take a special interest in the devotees who are always engaged in his transcendental service? So this is not discrimination, it is natural. Like if you have a son, naturally you will favor your son. So son means who's serving the Lord. Everybody is a son. Of any living being, Aham Bija Pradapita. So he is the father of all the Jiva souls in the material world, the spiritual world, but still he takes a special interest in his own children, like a king would do. That every living entity, whatever form, is his son. And so he provides everyone. So he does general way that he provides all the food, he supplies, he takes care of them, supply of the necessities of life. So he's like a cloud who pours his rains all over, regardless of whether it falls on rock or on water. But for devotees, he gives a specific attention. So they are mentioned throughout the Bhagavatam. So these devotees are always Krishna conscious, and therefore they are always transcendently situated in Krishna. They are in the body of Krishna. They are in the heart. So the very phrase Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are such consciousness are living transcendentally situated in Him. So pure devotee is called the pure devotee is living entities in a pure state are called devotees. Who are devotees? Who are living in a pure state. Pure state means beyond, like there is a Rajogun, Rajogun, Tamogun, Sattogun. But it has to be completely pure. That is Suddha Sattva or Vasudev Sattva. Vasudev Sattva is completely pure goodness. So Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotee, not only devotee, but devotee of his devotee. If a reciprocal relation is not present between a devotee and the Lord, then there is no personalist philosophy. So people mostly they don't want a personalist. There is impersonalism is more than 90% is impersonalism. Why there is impersonalism? Because people are tired of personal, because on a material level there is so much fight, somebody says something to other and there is agitation, there is nothing togetherness. One neighbor cannot just see a person living neighbor, they cannot talk, something happens wrong in the way, they would not go and help them. So because why to involve in all these things? So if there is personality, if there is a personal form, they feel that it is inferior than impersonal, just a blah blah light or something. So God is Brahma Jyoti. So many people, that is Vadanti Tastas Vidas Tattvam Tad Jnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdate. So there are three features that Lord is known. The lowest one, the impersonal way, is the Brahma Jyoti. But Mayavadis are a little bit different than impersonalism, because Mayavadis thinks that there is no qualities, no attributes, no form. We all merge and we become God also. We don't become God. That is Mayavad. We serve God. We are meant to be service. Jivara Surupa Krishna Nitya Das. So, so this freedom to the Lord has to be there to be called the Supreme Lord. If he cannot, if he just is equal and there is no independence on the Lord, so Lord chooses whom he shows, whom he comes. So we are covered by ignorance. So there is no reciprocation between the Supreme and the living entity in this impersonalism philosophy. But in personalist philosophy, that is there it is. The Lord is like a desire tree that we discussed, and then the Lord supplies everything. But here the explanation is more complete, that he favors his devotees, is partial to his devotees. This is the manifestation of the Lord's special mercy to the devotees. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It is not, it is his own choice. It belongs to the transcendental situation in which the Lord and his devotees, they function on this level. So devotee service to the Lord is not an activity of the material world. When we serve the Lord, even chanting or just name, once a name, that is even more important than so many material activities. So little bit about this Bhagavatam verse. So Lord is saying, when Durasa Muni he produced a Kratya and he wanted to destroy Ambarish Maharaj. But then Sudarshan Chakra, who is always waiting for the Lord's order to protect this Ambarish Maharaj, then he was behind it. He was feeling so much intense pain and burning. So he was running. He went to Lord Brahma, and the topmost in the material world. So Brahma, the creator of this material world, then he went to Lord Shiva. Shiva is Durasa's brother also, because they are both are born from Brahmaji. And then they also refused, no, Baba, we cannot do anything. You go to Vishnu. So he went to Narayana Vishnu at the Shir Sagar, and he refused totally. And what he's saying to Durasa, Aham Bhakta Paradino, that I am not independent. I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires. I sit, so devotees are who don't have material desire to enjoy the senses. I sit only within the core of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee, even to those who are devotees of my devotees, are very dear to me. Aham bhakta paradino, he aswatantra eva dvija, sadhu bhir grasta hridaya. That sadhus, I live in the heart of my devotees. Bhakta or Bhakta Janapriya are not only my devotees, but his own devotees also, devotees devotee. They are also that I am very, very dear to them. So even like Lord Shiva, he also just says that Lord Shiva says that to Parvati that Lord Krishna does not like his brother Lakshmi ji, but he favors his devotees and he remains with them. Also, Narottam Das Thakur is also saying, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistare Payasya Keba. Without being a devotee of the devotee, one cannot be released from the material engagement. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu identified himself as Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Dasa Dasano Dasa. He himself is saying that Gopi Bhartuhu. Thus he instructs us to become the not directly servant of Krishna, but servants of the servant of Krishna. In the footsteps of the gopis, his servant, like Brahma, Narad, Vyasdev, Sukdev Goswami are directly servants of Krishna. And one who becomes a servant of Narad, Vyasdev, Sukdev are the 6 Goswamis is still more devoted. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Yashya prasadat bhagavat prasado, Yashya prasadan nagati kutopi. If one is very sincerely serves the spiritual master or pure devotees of the Lord, Krishna certainly becomes favorable to such a devotee. Following the instruction of a devotee is more valuable than following the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is saying something, but if you follow a pure devotee of the Lord, Krishna becomes very happy. Like if somebody is very, very rich man, and then Prabhupada gives the example that if Rockefeller is there and is having a dog, so you please the dog, then Rockefeller will be happy. What way that you could serve such a great man? So we cannot serve Krishna directly, but we could serve the devotees. And that's how to become a devotee of the Lord. So, another point in these words, that he has so many marks on the feet, Rishabdev. And like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was in his mother's house, he was very little child, like a year old, and he was walked. And then, so they were worshipping Shalagram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's parents were worshipping Salagram. And sometime at the night time, they were hear the tinkling of the bells. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai did not have any bell, any ankle bells, but there was sign. And also when he was walked, there were footprints of all these 32 signs of the personality of Godhead. They were also there. So they were wondering. So they thought that it must be Shalagram who comes as Narayan and walking with my son. But then they called, it happened many, many times. They called Sachi Devi's father. And Nilambar Chakravarti was a great astrologer, very wonderful devotee of the Lord. Then he said that your son has all the characteristics of the personality of Godhead. You take care of him nicely. And so said they did. He was very, very naughty. Anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just we had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance a day, and you. So that was also that he was walking and showing the signs. So it is Lord Kapil Dev, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Maharaj Rishabdev also had the similar way. And so Digambar Digambar Jainism came from this Maharaj. So we will discuss a little bit of his qualities, that he has many, many qualities. Ekaf has a supreme quality. He was called Rishabh. Rishabh means nobody is equal to him. Nobody is Asam or the Asam. Nobody is equal, nobody greater than him. So Rupa Goswami, like there are many qualities of Krishna also. Krishna has also many walks, and then they did not know. They thought that it is Narayan in the house that Yashoda Mai and Nanda Maharaj was worshipping. It is from them. Because of so much love to their child, parental affection, or Madhurya Bhav, one does not see the 6 opulences of the Supreme Lord. they will just see that, because that is the another part. Like Narayan is worshipped with the pomp and show, and but Krishna is worshipped with friendship. Like you could directly touch him, like friendship, uh, dasya bhav, sakhya bhav, vatsalya bhav, and also in madhurya bhav. So there is much more higher and higher philosophy, which is only given in this Vedic literature, particularly Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So he has many bodily beautiful features which are incomparable, and not only Rishabdeva but Krishna. So we are talking about Krishna, and same things applies to Rishabdeva. Experience that would realize that there is no value in comparing the face. That his face is like the moon and his thighs are like the trunks of the elephant. But these are just to understand a neophyte. Like they show that on beyond the top of the trunk of the tree, the moon is there. So it is moon is millions of miles away. But this is the material comparison. This is just comparison. So we who do not know Krishna are bhakti ras. That is the method to point moon by referring to the branches of a tree are on top of the hill. The moon is far away. So this is like in the, also his moon is Manasa Chandra Chakora. His face is like a Chandra Chakora. Why Chakor? Because Chakor always look for the in the cloud, like he looks for the moon, and when there is cloud and it rains directly, then only. So also the devotee of Krishna, they look or they think of the Krishna in their mind, but also they their comparison Chandra Chakora, that is like a Chakor bird who does not want to see anyone other than the cloud or other than the Krishna himself. Krishna's Murti in Vrindavan, their beauty is perceived according to the devotion of the seer. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tateva bhajamiha. As you wish, then I reciprocate. So if you surrender to Krishna, Krishna also becomes your devotee. And like Krishna becomes a devotee of his devotee. So Krishna is not just we see like as a marble or brass, that is that Murti Walas they make it, but we see him according in the Tribhanga Mudra form, holding a flute, wearing a peacock crown. So that is the Archa Vigraha, and we see Krishna in that. And we see Krishna in our heart also, in our mind also. He's pleased with his devotees' offerings of food stuff and cleaning of the temple. So whatever we do for the temple or decoration of the deity form, Krishna notices that and becomes very happy, and he cleanses our heart so we could realize it. So may Krishna's beautiful body be praised. May he be seen by these eyes and served by these hands. May we hear with faith in description of his pure devotees. The glory of the Lord is always worth singing. So for his glories enhance the glories of his devotees. We sing the glories of the Lord. It enhances the glories of the devotee who sings that. If we beautify our face and look in the mirror, and then we naturally, then it is our own beauty that we decorate. We will see that. So decorate Krishna. So Krishna, if we decorate Krishna because we are his part and parcel, we decorate ourselves. So we should always glorify Krishna, and we develop the good qualities of Krishna. So we should sing the glories of the Lord, meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and upon his we should meditate on his devotees also. One should meditate on the eternal form of Lord until the mind becomes fixed. So we should not meditate on Brahma Jyoti or Paramatma. Our meditation is on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna shown his form, that is by his internal potency. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Ardeshu Vilokayanti. Yam Shama Sundar Achinta Guna Swarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhaja. So that is one part, that is beauty. He is super excellent in his beauty, and then he is also auspicious characteristics. Like Krishna's limbs are not only beautiful, but they bear the 32 auspicious qualities. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigra Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He is cause of everything. So when he plays as a Narlila, he appears in a human society as one of us. Man is made in the image of God, like Krishna, and he makes us in that way. So it proves that of the human, particularly in Bharatvarsha, we could realize Krishna much more easily. Bharat Bhumi te hela manushya janma yar, janma sarthak kari kara paropakar. So we should do benefit to us and benefit to others. His many special characteristics. Is always youthful. Nava Yavana. Nava Yavana means, and is always Yavan. So his Yavan, his beauty increases more and more. His most beautiful are 16-year-old and more beautiful when he is with Radharani. When he is Krishna and Radharani. That's why we worship Krishna and Radha. If you worship with great opulence, then it is like Lakshmi Narayan worship. So, but our worship of Krishna with Radharani is the real worship of Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. So his marks were there. Krishna showed his marks, and his parents were very much amazed. So one great astrologer came and he calculated like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body, and that is the resting place of the unlimited Vaikuntha planets. Lord Chaitanya joked with the astrologer and said, I was a cowherd boy in my last birth, and because of such pious activities, I have now become the son of a Brahman. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling himself. The astrologer replied, whatever you may be, or whoever you may be, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So Lord Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are the perfection of the human persons possessing all beauty and opulences. We should accept them as the supreme. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Channa Avatar, covered, but many times he showed his opulences of his beauty and other things. So we should be engaged in their service and service of devotees. When the Lord assumes a human-like body to show mercy, his devotees engages in such pastimes as will attract those who hear. By why he engages in pastimes, means he likes because he wants to play with his devotees. And we could also sing about these descriptions or narrations. So those pastimes attract many other people, and they become dedicated to Krishna and they become devotees. So his human-like form, like Nanda Maharaj, that is the by the sun, that is the topmost. And also we should worship that form that the gopis are worshipping. Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajeshatanaya Tad Dhama Vrindavanam. Ramya, our upasana should be according to the what gopis is that Ramya Kachid Upasana Vrajavadu Vargenaya Kalpita. Srimad Bhagavatam. There are dharma, artha, kam, moksha, that is a kind of material things. But beyond that is Krishna prema. We are meant to do Krishna prema, not just dharma. That dharma is like a kind of material dharma. You get married or varnashram dharma, that is a dharma, and then you earn money and to enjoy, and then you get tired of all this. You try to be liberated, let me free. But we are meant to have prema or love or bhakti to Lord Krishna. Prema pumartha mahan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's matamidam tatradaro napara. So we could see the Lord in our heart anywhere by the prema. May we hear their descriptions of Krishna's qualities and form, and thus develop attachment to Nanda's Govinda. So he is also very pleasing. Ruchira, yoga, even a minute, he is so much like pleasing that we cannot leave him even for a second or minute. That the separation, viraha bhav, in viraha, that gopi, the devotee is always hankering for to see Krishna all the time. And so Ruchira, Yugaitam Nimeshena, Chakshusha Pravarashaitam, Sunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahena Ve. So he is entering the forest, driving his cows before him, holding his flute to his mouth, and glancing lovingly upon the residents of Vrindavan. So their eyes are so satisfied that they don't want to be separated from the visa even for a moment. So partial manifestation of like Paramatma or other manifestation cannot satisfy us because we are direct children of Krishna, and Krishna has a place for us. Although he expands in many ways, but the best is worshipping Krishna in his youthful form with Srimati Radharani. For the whole duration of our life, we go see different forms in the material world, but none of them is is not enough to satisfy our mind. Nor can any one of them vanish all perturbances of the mind. So there are special features of the transcendental form of the Lord, and one who has once seen that form, he would not be satisfied with anything else. So the gopis had to remain in home. They were able to see Krishna in their hearts. They found, so even now also devotees can see in their heart. They found solace in talking among themselves. How you could talk when you talk about Krishna, describing their inner vision of Krishna, and how all the creatures of the Vrindavan became stunned by melody of his flute. One can still hear that flute, and like if you have that love for Krishna, it could manifest in your heart. So a genuine devotee is always pleased, sada ruchi by Krishna consciousness. During the daytime, the women of Vrindavan took pleasure and continuously singing about the pastimes of Krishna. And those ladies' minds and hearts absorbed in him were filled with great festivity. So nectar of devotion also describes about the beauty. We want to be filled with Krishna. We don't want to be filled with garbage of the material world. The Vaishnava poets are kind to give us Krishna darshan, whose beauty is beyond. So much literature is written from Nak to Shikha, from the toenail to the hair. So many thousands and millions of verses. Krishna's body is city of attractive features, and it is sweeter than the sweet. His face, which is like the moon, is sweeter still, and the gentle smile on that moon-like face is like the rays of the moonshine. We should regret that we cannot see the beauty of the lotuses in this way, or the moon-like effulgence of Krishna's body. We should pray to receive Krishna's glance in one of our many future lifetimes. If we pray to Krishna, then we will be able to see him. If we see in separation, if it looks like so many years, like then Krishna will appear in front of us. So also self-control, and he has equilibrium. We talked about Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, Dvesti Sarvapriya, but he is dear to his devotees, and he is very, very powerful. Like these are the Sadeshwariyas, 6 opulences, the beauty, the strength, the knowledge, the wealth, the renunciation, the fame. So these are the Bhaga means opulence. Bhagwan, Gunwan, Vidyavan, Dhanwan. So Van means one who possesses, and Bhaga means opulence. So opulence is that Parashar Muni, that there are 6 opulences in full. We may have some little bit, but Krishna isn't complete. So when Krishna was here, so he was like, he drove away all his enemies who fled to the take shelter beyond his sight. Just like Kshatriyas, the religious Kshatriyas are Krishna's arms, and when all else fails, the duty is pray to Lord to protect us. So power and purity. Power in the spiritual sense includes power to purify also. Like sun is very powerful, then it purifies even the stool, urine, whatever filthy things are there, he purifies them. Power to purify the contamination. Holy name is so powerful that it can erase more sins than someone is able to commit. Like 6 canto about Ajamil, that Vishnu Duta, they taught about that he has chanted even Nama Bhasve to the name of his son, Ajamil. He chanted Narayan, and immediately the Vishnu Dutas, they came. So they were even Dutas were very powerful. They stopped the Yam Dutas. They instructed the Yam Dutas about the power and purity of the holy name, and explained how simply by chanting the name of Narayan, Ajamil had become free from all sinful reaction. So it is the duty of all the devotees to have somebody like Sankirtan, Kirtan, street chanting, or personally teach them to chant the holy name of the Lord that could purify their existence. There is nothing superior than chanting the holy name, whether alone or in the group as Sankirtan, or alone on the bead or even without the bead. So Prabhupada has established 16 rounds, and one should chant at least 16 rounds if they want to claim or they want to become a devotee. So Yamaraj is saying that it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all sinful reaction by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting of his qualities and activities. This is the only process recommended for relief from sinful reaction. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, just like he pronounced the name of Narayan, although name was there, but even if it was improperly pronounced, just like the name of the car, Dazar, still it would be beneficial. So one will get relief from material bondage if he just does. If he chants without offenses, then Ajamil was the best example. So Yamaraj is saying to his servants, my dear servants, do not approach such devotees, or they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, Lord Brahma and I, even that is Yamaraj is saying, even the time factor are not competent to chastise them. Even fear personified is afraid of the Lord. And the power of the holy name is the Nam Prabhu can manifest himself anywhere. No one can keep him out. He can appear on the tongue of anyone who chants the names of syllabus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We usually think of this as due to our own prowess in chanting, but actually it is due to the power of the holy name that we could chant. So we should beg to the holy name that, my dear holy name, please make us that we could chant you purely. We could come, you please come and dance on my tongue. So we say that death is powerful because he can enter anyone's chamber, whether he be a king or he is a poor man, and take him away. This is even more true of the holy name. Anyone can chant the holy name. The Lord will then enter his mind through the sound vibration and purify him. No other religious method is as powerful or as simple as chanting the holy name. Chanting requires no preliminary breathing exercises, no paraphernalia, no money. The priests are building codes. Everything is complete in the pure utterance of the holy name. So one must speak to this process very sincerely. And holy name's power is not yet fully unleashed in Kali Yuga. People can see Krishna if only they will take wholeheartedly to chanting. Those who are already chanting can even see the holy name's power in their lives. That society leaders will discover the real universal power of the holy name. Like this coronavirus and problems, upheaval in the material world is there. If everybody takes this chanting process, the holy name, and this Sankirtan goes on, and everything would be properly situated. It would be like Ram Rajya, Rishabh Dev's time while the kingdom was. Rather than we are tinkering these electronic gadgets and atomic energies, and so before they come with the major destruction by these tiny viruses, spreading the power of the holy name is the work of the Hare Krishna movement. So we should take this work to the wholeheartedly. And Krishna has a wonderful excellence of beauty which cannot be rivaled. Like this Rupa Goswami said that if you want to remain in the material world, don't go to the shore of the Yamuna where Krishna is standing in Tribhangi Mudra, three bending form. Then you will forget everything about your enjoyment. So don't go there if you want to enjoy material world. So Krishna has not only many beautiful features, but there cannot be in his whole creation, there is nobody's like him. Rupa Goswami has delineated Krishna's 64 qualities. He does not claim that there are the sum total of Krishna's glories. Means there are many qualities. We just take but a sampling. These are 64 are just a sample. When Lord Chaitanya instructed Rupa Goswami, he said that it was not possible to speak about the entire ocean of love of God. Instead, he would give Rupa Goswami one drop of that ocean. Just like when you cook a khichdi, then you just take out some one grain and see that it is cooked, then whole thing is cooked. So that was just a sample, one drop of ocean. Like if we can test one drop of the Atlantic Ocean, we can understand that the entire ocean is salty. Similarly, by tasting one drop of the Bhakti Ocean, we can understand its nature is so great, it's so wonderful. So nobody can know Krishna in full. Lord Brahma admitted this in his prayers to Krishna. He said that anyone who thinks he knows everything about Krishna is not intelligent. Only those who are learned know that it is impossible to measure the power, glory, and sweetness of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As I said, ye yathamam prapadyante tam tatev bhajan. You could understand Krishna and his sweetness as we surrender to Krishna. And Krishna reciprocates, and we can
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, hear can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so Prabhuji got disconnected. I thought I got disconnected. I don't know what to do. Krishna Lila Mataji, do you have Prabhuji's number? Can you call Prabhuji?
Anyone there? So sorry.
Mataji, Prabhuji got disconnected, so we're waiting.
I'm trying to call him, but even Krishna Lila Mataji is also not picking up.
Okay, Mataji.
I don't know, Mataji. What should we do now? Can someone suggest? Lalitangi Mataji?
Mataji, can wait for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Can we wait for 1 minute?
Or we can have discussion what Prabhuji said on. So
Mataji.
yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji is a disciple. One Prabhu usually joins. I don't know whether he's there and if he has any other contact number.
Yeah, Ram Prabhu. His name is Ram Prabhu. I remember, yes.
Is he joined, Mataji?
Yeah, looks like Mataji, he's there.
Actually I call each and everyone in their family, the whole family, but nobody's picking up. So
Radha Kramat Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam. Yes. Let me try to call him and see if I can reach him.
Yeah, that will be great, Prabhuji, if you can do
Yes.
that.
Yeah, let me try.
Yeah, thank you. We'll wait, Mataji, for 5-10 minutes and see if we can get Prabhuji.
yeah, we can try. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, his daughter picked up and she is calling him now.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So what happened? His daughter is calling him, and she said he is still giving class like that, and he's not picking up anyone's phone.
Oh,
Yeah. So when he,
yeah,
I
Krishna
don't.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think there must be some problem, some technical issue.
Yes.
He's not picking up the phone.
Yeah. So that's what it is. So,
But I think we can discuss.
yeah. So we can discuss some points. So I would like to request devotees, they can discuss some points.
Yeah, actually, nice. In depth, he covered all the points about from the beginning, who's Nabi Maharaj, and how he prayed to have the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a son, and how it's not possible to have someone equal or like him. And so Rishabhadev came, and Rishabha is the best. The word Rishabha means the best. So the Supreme Lord was named like that. And also one point I like this, he was telling how gopis, they are telling that they are cursing the creator, that they can't, they are have to blink the eyelids. And he was making a point that how Krishna is so much beauty and charming, and filled with transcendental qualities that no one wants to blink the eyes. So of course gopis are also absorbed like that, and Krishna is also a transcendental feast of perfection to their eyes. So that was their experience with the Lord. That was very nice, what Prabhuji was discussing. Thank you, Mataji. Others can share.
Yeah, also, and Prabhuji was saying, like, when someone sees the form of Lord, they don't want to see anything else. Their eyes, don't get satisfied by seeing the any other thing than the Lord. Like that. That's why Lord comes in different forms. Whatever forms you like, you see that form, like that. Anyone else want to?
Yes, Mataji. I think you all summarized it very well. But yeah, one thing I remember from Bhagavad Gita, like where Lord mentions to Arjuna that when Arjuna asks, like, I want to see how did you enter in this universe? I want to see your universal form. So Lord says that my opulences are limitless, but what I'm going to show you is just a spark of that. So even when he was showing the universal form, he clearly mentioned that this is just a small spark. It's not even complete. I mean, even though the opulences were unlimited. So Krishna is unlimited. And one more thing which I remember, what Guru Maharaj was mentioning is I'm Bhakta Paradhina. So even though like he's the most powerful, most opulent, Krishna is the most opulent Bhagavan, but he's saying that I'm under the control of my devotees. And especially Amrish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni episode, where Durvasa Muni could not get any reprieve, and he had to come back to Amrish Maharaj for getting the forgiveness. So that shows that the Lord is even though he's all powerful, but it's still, he says that his devotees are more powerful than him. So that's how the Lord glorifies his devotees. I mean, he can do everything. Arjuna, like he didn't have to fight. Arjuna did not have to fight the war. Krishna wanted, he could kill everybody in a moment, but he wanted to give the glory to Arjuna to fight the war. Same thing, Lord Hanuman, right? So even though Lord Ram could do everything, he could kill Ravana and all this other demons himself, but he wanted to glorify his devotee Hanuman so that everybody knows the importance of devotion. So I just want to share that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I just want to share very quickly that I really appreciated the way that His Grace Shamak Rishi Prabhuji presented. He said it several times how much Krishna really appreciates us serving his devotees more than he appreciates us trying to serve him. And of course, I've heard that many, many times as a devotee, but today it hit me in a different way, and it really made it, I could feel it as very, very important today. And of course, we always try to serve the devotees, but the way that that Prabhuji said it today really brought it home to me and made it even more important. And so just that point that, Krishna loves his devotees so very much that he appreciates more when we serve them rather than trying to serve him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to share? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah. Very beautiful class, Mataji, by Prabhu. Mataji, can you mute? Thank you, Mataji. Prabhu was talking at the end before he was leaving. He was talking about the chanting, how chanting is, given to everybody. Everybody can chant. Whoever is chanting, they will get purified. So chanting does not have any rules that we need to follow. But whatever we are chanting, if you can chant with pure love for chanting, then we can easily go back to God. And he was giving the example of Ajamila, how Ajamila got liberated, and if he can, have that kind of love for chanting, then no, Yamaraja will not come and catch us. Definitely, he was telling that, don't go to. Yamaraja was telling to his servants that don't go to the devotees. He was telling about that. That was very nice points that I really like from Prabhuji's class. Other points are also very good. Thank you for the devotees for sharing all the points. It was very nice to hear from all of you. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mataji. That was a nice point.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ji, Shri Radha Gopinath Ji. Mataji, Prabhuji explained so nicely about the association of devotees. Devotee is very important, and devotee are more dear to him. So we should serve our counselor or Bhakti Bhuksha leader, or how we can serve whenever there is a house program or DT installation in somebody's home. We have to cook prasadam, take fruits, and there is so many examples from Shashi Bhagavatam, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, Sant Tukarama, Narsimha Mehta, Mirabai, so many examples, Prithu Maharaj from Shashi Bhagavatam, that we have to serve the Vaishnava devotees more dear to Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani. So we have to serve senior Vaishnava so sincerely, and we have to glorify them for that service also. Ananta Koti Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Shri Radha Gopinath Ki Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice points. It's really important to serve the devotees and have the associations of Vaishnavas. Thank you so much, Mataji. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prabhuji did add so many points. One thing that was also related to the verse was that he talked about how the Lord is full of, he said that we need to, he quoted the shloka Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, and then he was saying that, yes, when we should not beautify ourselves just because we have, so much attraction for our material body. We need to make sure that we beautify the Lord and we glorify the Lord and we serve the Lord properly, because he is what we actually belong to. And he also mentioned that the Lord is endowed with so many auspicious qualities. He has a very beautiful form and he has so many auspicious qualities, just like how it was mentioned over here that Maharaja Rishabhadev, he had all of the auspicious markings on his body. In the same way, the Lord is always like that. He has he said 32 auspicious markings on his feet, I think. So so we need to make sure that we are serving the Lord and not praying to the Brahma Jyoti or trying to attain the Brahma Jyoti. So he also mentioned that point, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Tangi Mataji, I got the call from his daughter. So she said she has his India number. So can you connect him? Hare Krishna Mataji. I think we lost Lalitangi Mataji now. Lalitangi Mataji is not there. Okay. Sorry Mataji, I wasn't paying attention what you were talking. So what should we do now? Should we end?
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes, perhaps we should end. It's already 8:30 and it doesn't seem that Prabhuji is coming back.
Yes, Mataji. Bhargavi Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
We can take on.
Thank you so much, Mataji, and we will thank Prabhuji also. So, and we'll pay our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhu vayevacha. Vyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Sri Samik Prabhuji ki jai. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.